What's up, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast with me, Trevor, and Kyle. And we're back with interviews, and I am stoked for this. Vinny, my man, Funeral Language.
What's up?
Is it Best Noodles in Town? Is that the
It is
other
Best
band?
Noodles in Town, baby. Yep.
Best Noodles in Town? Hell yeah.
The sweet name, honestly.
Thank you. So listen, man, I've wanted to do this for a while now. There is a small number of you guys who are doing the solo guy, chaotic band sound right now. You, Pipe Bomb, the Chapel Fire. Like, I'm sure there's more. Baby. The trifecta, right? I'm sure there's more. But I am pumped for this because I have so many questions.
Hell yeah.
About what we're doing here. But nice. Really quick, before we get this kicked off and everything like that, tell us just a little bit quickly about you, your background. You're coming out of Indianapolis, correct?
Yep.
Just give us a quick synopsis.
Oh my God. Quick for me is going to be tough. But yeah, so I live in Indianapolis, but I'm from Michigan that has a killer heavy music scene and has for a while. But yeah, I'm a one-man show, Funeral Language, and I've got a record coming out on January 20th, and I've put out an EP earlier this year called Cirque. It's got 3 songs on it, and that's kind of where you'll find me, like, finding this sound that I'm, like, growing into. I did put out a record a couple years ago called None of This Was Supposed to Happen, and, you know, it's fine. I had to start somewhere. But if you're looking for the Every Time I Die, you know, the Chariot sounds, that's not it. So I have been playing music since I was like 10. I started on drums when my brother got a guitar. That was the natural, next step for me. Well, if you have a guitar, then I guess I'm playing drums. So
is brother older or younger?
Older brother. Yep.
Of course. Yep. So older brother says, screw you, man. You are keeping beat for me. You are keeping the rhythm.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm the one who's going to be up there soloing and stealing the show. So of course the younger brother gets put on the drums.
100%. And he is he's the showman. If anyone thinks like I'm showy or crazy or whatever, just wait till you meet my brother. He's in a band called Tongue Cutter. Check them out. They are a killer, mathy, grungy, dirty. I think they're on the same label as Missouri Executive Order 44. Have you heard of those guys?
Yeah.
Kind of the similar sound. Real dirty, real sick. Anyways, Addison can get his own podcast. So I was sentenced to a life of playing drums for him. And man, we played together for probably over a decade. And, grew up and moved away and all the things. And I just grabbed like a pod farm. And I think I had an Ibanez, like the lowest level Ibanez guitar. And just started plunking around at home just for something to do. Started writing songs probably around 2011. Just your classic metalcore. Wasn't really like the E-Tid style. More probably like Misery Signals, As I Lay Dying. All your classic, 7/9, all that shit. And then, I went through a divorce and started drinking super heavily and came out of that the other side and was like, I need to buckle down and start writing music. And so I just went into it full bore, and I had a little collection of songs that became the first record, and I got that out of the way, and I got a new guitar, this LTD that's in all my videos. And once I got that guitar, it was over. That thing just writes different riffs. And it's like, I don't know if you've experienced it before, when you get an instrument and you hold it and you fucking know, that it was made for you. And, oh man, it was over after that. And that's really when I started to craft sort of the sound that you guys have been exposed to. And it's just so much, I'm just having so much fun. So yeah, that leads me to here and now. I'm just writing songs that I want to hear and are fun to play and that make me, just rock out in my office chair, man.
Sick. Sick, dude. So coming out of Michigan, were you
Yeah.
like near Detroit? Like where are you from in Michigan?
So born on the west side. So if you're in Grand Rapids and just keep going till you hit water, little town called Montague, right next to Whitehall. They're like the same town separated by a bridge. I'll probably get crucified. Sorry, anybody from Whitehall or Montague. There's, it's a classic rivalry. But then went to high school on the opposite side. My dad was a pastor, so we moved a ton. And I went to high school in this little village. Technically, there's like 300 people. When we moved there, they still had a functioning one-room schoolhouse. So living there, music was like an absolute godsend. My brother and I, our folks built us a studio in the basement.
Sick.
And oh, dude, it was so awesome. I mean, it was nothing fancy, but it was ours and it was our space, and we got to do, what we wanted and be fucking loud and be boys and make some ruckus. So, living in a little town like that was, I mean, we had to have that. I don't know what we would have done without that.
Were your parents like okay with delving into heavier music, or did that come later?
Loved it.
Cool.
We could
Really?
have played anything. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're like super into the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
But they liked it because it was us. They liked it because it was their boys,
Sure.
Unbelievably supportive. And they have a killer, taste in music. We were brought up on the Beatles, Alan Parsons Project, 10cc, stuff like that. And, just excellent songwriting. But, I had to take it a little heavier.
Yeah. No,
But I'll send my dad, I'll send him everything I'm working on. And I know he hates the screaming, but he's gotten to a point where he can appreciate the song for what it is and the guitar work and the structure and everything else. And he's pretty stoked on the new stuff, which is funny to me because completely out of his wheelhouse.
Yeah, we talk about our parents a lot on this because it's it is a part of how we got into things, and my dad was same thing, huge into music. I grew up on all the classics and stuff, and he never liked the music we got into, but he would always say, if I was your age at this time, I would be listening to the same stuff. Right. Cause
nice. Yeah.
To him, the classics when he was growing up, his parents were this is Satan music, and it's the calmest rock nowadays, but he just he was sneaking off going to shows, and we were sneaking off going to shows, and he was it's the same feeling. It's just different music,
100%. Yep. Hell yeah.
So did you guys have much of a live local scene back on that side of Michigan?
Kind of. Kind of. I remember playing. Oh fuck! Do you know Josh Schneider? I think his last name's Schneider. He has Random Awesome Studios. He was in the band Besieged. Does that ring any bells?
I know the band Besieged.
Yeah, I remember playing shows with them. They were from the east side of Michigan, and people tried to get stuff together, or La Dispute. I remember playing with them in some
sick.
In a little community center. Shows like that, churches, community centers, VFW halls. They weren't packed. They weren't super well attended. Or my dad's, my brother and I played a show in his church's school's gymnasium.
Sick.
Which was sick. And, but they weren't anything crazy. But the west side of Michigan really, really was thriving when I was there in, let's see, that would have been 2007 to 2011. And it's still, man, I still see tons of bands coming out of Michigan that are just crushing it. But yeah, in the cornfields, not so much.
The reason I ask is because you have Detroit so close to you. So I'm just wondering what kind of tour packages are coming through, getting all the way to the west side, or are they hitting Detroit and then just bypassing Grand Rapids? Or what is that kind of dynamic being close to a major hub, right? A lot of heavy music is going on in Detroit. And at this time you have, what is it? Tied Down Fest is up there that they do up in Detroit. So it's kind of a central spot. I'm curious at how many bands are hitting both cities when they're coming through.
I'd be curious to know now, because I think when I was there, it favored Detroit, but Grand Rapids in the past 20 years has got right when I left, I went to Grand Valley. So I was right downtown in Grand Rapids, and they've had a right at that time, they really started to come up with some new venues. 20 Monroe Live. The intersection has broken into a few different rooms. And so, yeah, I almost wonder if maybe folks are going to Grand Rapids more now. I mean, I think they are. There's tons of killer venues there. But when I was living on the east side, you know, I remember going to see Coheed, Avenged Sevenfold, Tool, John Mayer,
Okay.
Warped Tour, all Detroit. Never really ventured to Grand Rapids for anything. So it seemed like most of the big shows were coming to Detroit.
Gotcha. Well, dope. So growing up, older brother, you're about our age. I think you're a year older than us.
Okay.
So I think we're right in the same vein of what we're growing up with. But what's older brother showing you, and what's he bringing to the table, and what are you showing him? Because we
Dude.
have this conversation a lot too. Because Kyle has an older brother who really
Okay.
started us into
Oh,
the
yeah.
punk path.
Oh
So-
yeah.
But I went like way heavier. So I'm interested to see if it's like second child or whatever after the brother, if this is a trend that we could just go like way off the deep end.
I think so, because I definitely listen to heavier stuff than he does. But I owe him probably everything, because I will never forget when he came home. We shared a room, and he came home with Bush's first record, 16 Stone, the one that has all the hits on it. Oh my God, dude. When I heard that, I ended up stealing. I took it from him so much. Like, I'd sneak to his side of the room, take it out of the CD player, go to my side of the room, put it in my CD player. I played it and stole it from him so much that I ended up giving him $5 for it, and he let me have it.
That's hilarious. Hearing that you had to take it from one side of the room. I'm imagining this room is no more than like 20 feet wide, right?
I mean, yeah, it was like as big as this room right here. It had to be played on my stereo.
My CD player. So that's
right.
hilarious.
That's right. It's, you know, the classic sibling sort of like, it's going to be mine. I want it. But man, that record really started all, honestly, like hearing those guitars. And, you know, Nigel plays just some gnarly stuff. It's like simple, but it's not. And obviously Gavin has an incredible voice, and those songs just rip. And it was over. And that's like when Linkin Park was coming up, like Hybrid Theory had just dropped. Stained, admittedly, I was big into Stained at the time. Like Mud Shovel, like when I heard that bass, I was like, it's over. But yeah, I mean, he was always show, even until, you know, recently, he's still showing me bands where I'm like, Drug Church. A couple of years ago, he texted me, "Hey, have you ever heard of Drug Church?" And, you know, I had, but I'd never listened to him. Obsessed. Like, they have a flawless discography. And he did the same with like Balance and Composure, you know, another band I'd always heard of, never checked out. Obsessed. So, you know, I might give him a lot of shit, but man, I owe him like everything. He fulfills the big brother role well. He has showed me a lot of killer music.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, man, I don't have a big brother. I am the oldest.
You're like, thanks a lot, man.
With two younger, but I have the adopted older brother of Brady, Kyle's older brother kind of thing. Because listen, if it wasn't for Brady bringing us AFI, Alexis on Fire.
Oh yeah.
Boy Sets Fire. Like, all of that stuff came from that. And we used to just sit in Kyle's basement and we would play pool, and we did this stupid game of, we would put it on shuffle, and it would just be like, what band is this? What album is it from? And just like all that kind of stuff. And if it wasn't for him, we would just do stupid stuff like that. Which, I mean, admittedly, if it wasn't for that, like 25 years later, we're still hanging out and talking shit on a podcast about music. Like, it's incredible. So no, the big brother thing is real.
I will say too, he introduced me to Creed, and love me some Creed. Love it. I remember thinking What If was the heaviest thing I had ever heard. I was like, this might actually be devil's music, like chunky. I'm like, dude, this is wild. Like, Dad's letting us listen to this? Like, is this for real right now? But yeah, man, he showed me some good stuff.
Good old Creed. Yeah,
good old Creed.
I saw Creed when they did the 2002 Winter Olympics in Utah. They like closed it. My dad was a Creed fan, so like we wouldn't watch Creed. So
oh hell yeah!
Like, yeah, dude. I've seen the
If
ghost.
somebody called me right now and said, Vinny, I have an extra ticket for Creed. Are you in? 100%.
I'm there.
That'd be a killer show.
So sick. So as you're starting to play now, older brother grabs a guitar. He makes you play drums. What are you guys starting to play? What kind of
Oh
music?
man, I think some of the first songs we played were Sunshine of Your Love by it's Clapton, but is that when I got a fuzzy? Is that Cream? I think it's Cream. Some Beatles, some System of a Down, some stuff off Toxicity, Everclear, like Father of Mine. Remember that tune? That song fucking rules.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. Some Incubus. We learned a couple songs off Science. Yeah. Nickelback. Played Leader of Men. Like old Nickelback.
So I'm hearing a lot of like radio rock.
A lot of radio rock. Yeah. Oh yeah. I will say to this day, like there is no Vinny, Funeral Language, Best Noodles, anything without Nickelback. It's like dead seriously. Like
Sure.
that's what I came up on. And like there's no denying it. Like learning those songs was huge for me. Nickelback and Creed, baby, all day. I'll back them all day. Do not start a fight with me about Nickelback. I will win.
So so I'm not like musical. I don't play an instrument or anything, but like how much did the actual like music of these bands affect you? Cause like you're starting to learn to play. So like the ability to be able to play these songs, did that help you kind of form your taste, or was it like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that really, but like, does the ability to play these songs really help you grow like your appreciation for it? And
that's a good question. I think it definitely helps me appreciate it more because a lot of things you think like, oh, that's, easy or whatever. And then you sit down to learn it and there's a lot more going on than you might think. But as far as it like shaping my style, I don't know. Cause obviously you hear me play guitar and you're just like, oh, okay, Jordan Buckley all day. But I never sat down and really learned any ETID songs. I didn't learn my first ETID song on guitar until earlier this year. I wanted to learn the riff from AWOL. But before that, it was just listening to him. So yeah, I don't know.
I was going to ask that because obviously this chaotic Southern sound, it's very unique and it's very particular, right? How do you start figuring out some of those riffs? Like what are some of the riffs that like you mentioned you didn't really play Every Time I Die? Was there a specific band or a specific song that you did learn where all of a sudden you're like, oh damn, there's the Southern flair. That's what I like.
I really don't set out to learn other people's songs. And sometimes I feel like I want to just because I think it'll open up more doors for me. But if you were to give me a guitar and be like, Vinny, play, a Comeback Kid song or a Misery Signal song or whatever, like huge bands for me, I couldn't do it just because I don't know. It just never wasn't important to me to learn someone else's stuff. And I just think that guitar has different riffs built into it. And once I got it, I'm a firm believer in that the instrument sort of guides you. Like I will play different things on that than I would on my Ibanez Destroyer. That thing is fast. I want to play speed. I want to go quick. I want to move around a lot. And that guitar, I just want to write beefy, Southern, chaotic. Like it's just in the instrument, I think.
See, but
I could be totally off base, but
but this is what's interesting to me. Like, listen, like I dabble on guitar. I pretty much play my acoustic guitar at this point. But we had like a stupid metalcore band in high school and stuff like that. I guess I'm not musical enough to be able to write. Because like if I say, hey, Vinny, pick up your guitar and give me a Southern riff, you can pick it up and give it a Southern riff. If I was to say, give me something that sounds semi like Comeback Kid, you could probably give me something that sounds semi like Comeback Kid. How long did it take to get to that point? What were you playing building up to that point? Because I don't think you're just like, man, this is a sick Nickelback riff. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play Comeback Kid. Like it doesn't correlate,
That was the exact transition, though. It really was.
Here's look at these
That's what I'm
photographs. I'm gonna
curious.
play. I'm gonna go home and play Wake the Dead. You know, it's incredible.
It's not that far off, honestly. Man,
Our dumb minds just can't comprehend. So
it's a really good question. Man,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
just
really know.
curious because it's just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I want to get back into playing my guitar and I want to learn some of this stuff and everything. But literally, I can't even process right now, like just something coming out of me without
Yeah.
some sort of template behind it, which for me would be having to learn
Yeah.
some songs, you know?
And I want to set the record straight. We're not poking fun at you at all, right? Me and Trevor suck at this stuff. So like to us, it's like we're so impressed by your ability to be able to do that, right? Like I think that's the point we're trying to make is like that is such an incredible talent and like kudos to you that you can do that because we don't work that way. Okay, all right, I'm just making sure.
Well, I mean, maybe should have. We were talking shit, so.
All right, fair. You know, I don't know. I'm like fighting the urge to like go grab it. I won't. I won't be that guy. I think over time I just sort of built up a little bit of repertoire of I know like certain chords I like. I know like the Dillinger chord I always go to. ETID has 2 different, maybe 3 different panic chords they use all over the place. So I've picked up those things as to like pepper into my own playing. And I love like half steps. So I'm just, I don't know. There's like moves that I know I like to make on the fretboard. And so, and I think being a drummer first, I think I play the guitar like percussively. You know, I get a lot of shit for like, there's only ever one finger on the fretboard at a time, or the dude never uses his pinky or whatever. Like, it doesn't, I don't give a shit. But it's true because I play very like, you know, I'm like sitting here doing shit with my fingers, like back and forth, like, I don't know. It is percussive. And so between my style, the moves I know I like to do on the fretboard, the chords I know I like to move into, I think between all that, I just find maybe a groove I like that I can, you know, put over everything, and then I just drink a lot of caffeine and just see where my fingers take me, honestly. And I try to go by Jordan Buckley's sort of idea of when I sit down at the guitar, I try to think what will make people lose their fucking minds. That is always in the back of my head when I'm writing a riff. Like, and if it doesn't make me, and here's the other thing too, not to go off on a complete tangent, but like I catch a little bit of heat sometimes, like that I like act, you know, for the internet. I tone it down for my videos. I don't think you guys understand. Like, if the riff doesn't make me like, if I'm not bouncing in this chair or like just headbanging like a lunatic, then that's not the riff for me. Somebody else can have it. It's gotta make me lose it.
Yeah.
So when I record that stuff, like, you know, I usually record it soon after I write it, so I have that new love for it, because I think people. I think it translates. Like, I think if I'm stoked, how is somebody else supposed to be stoked on a fucking riff if I'm not stoked about it?
Yeah.
And I try to be stoked on it. It's fun. Like, why else would I be doing this at 36 if I wasn't getting stoked on it, you know?
Fair.
So, my 2 cents.
I was just going to say that, like, the people talking shit on it have clearly never experienced, like, an Every Time I Die or the Chariot or Converge or any of these chaotic stuff to where, like, those guys are going nuts, the crowd are going nuts, and it's because that sound just like does something to people, you know, like it is pure chaos and like insanity, and that's what it's supposed to be. So anyone saying that to you is like insane, you know.
And it's few and far between, but you know, it does come up, and I'm like, listen, you can think it's acting, but like, I feel lucky, like I get to feel this that deeply.
Yeah.
And I think another thing too, like I think some people just don't feel music, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
I took my daughter to a Tate McRae concert, whom I love, by the way. I love me some pop music. Okay.
Fine.
But I'm standing like way at the back. We're at this big, huge like amphitheater. I'm at the back. She's up, doing her thing. And so I can see everyone. And I'm moving, I'm grooving. It's a great beat. She has a great voice, though, and there's a whole production, like a pop show production. I'm rocking out. I'm feeling it. And I'm looking around and people are just standing there. I'm like, fucking how? How is your foot not moving? How is your head not moving at all? I can't comprehend it. It's crazy. So I think it's those people.
Interesting. Okay. So this is going to sound like talking shit, but I promise it's not. Okay.
Which is what somebody says when they're about to talk major shit. Right?
It's like saying, with all due respect, and then just saying the most out-of-pocket shit ever.
You sound like a Trump supporter. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I would love it. Okay.
We're not going to go politics. I'm just kidding. Okay. So you mentioned Jordan Buckley saying like writing riffs that people just have to fill.
Yeah.
As a one-man band playing this sound, how can you... I'm going to sound like an asshole, but how can you stomach not playing this live for people to do exactly what you're saying?
Are you saying like...
I can't stomach it. It makes me sick to think about never playing these songs live. I'm dead serious.
I wonder if that's part of why people come off like that, right? It's because it's like, you just see a guy in his bedroom doing that. Like,
right, yeah.
If you were doing it on stage, like probably no one would say, I think that's where he's getting. Not that I don't care. Probably your music's awesome. So
like it sounds so good. Like dude, whatever it takes, like come out to Salt Lake, man. I'll figure out how to get you up there. You know what I mean? Like we'll figure this out. But it's so sick. It's so cool. And all I can picture is the videos of like Dillinger head walking, Every Time I Die at Warped Tour, and Keith up there like playing literally. And so he's the last guy who ever plays Warped Tour kind of thing. Like all of this stuff, it's just built for a live setting. And so like, this is why I was so curious at talking to you, is because you, Pipe Bomb, the Chapel Fire, like this music is meant to be played live. I feel like, you know what I mean?
100%. Yep.
And so I'm curious now your take.
So now you have to say though, if he came off as an asshole or not. So
yes.
So Trevor's clearly an asshole, as everyone can see by that. No, I mean, you're right. These are live songs, especially this new record. I mean, front to back, it's just 22 minutes of I put my foot on the gas and I don't stop. And it's a fucking live record. And this might sound ridiculous, but it's like, it's what I think about every night before I go to bed. It's usually what I think about like very soon after I've had some caffeine in the morning. I'm constantly thinking about these songs live, and I'm thinking about how they're going to translate live, and it's going to happen. Right. But my whole thing with this is it needs to be the right people. And I'd rather have someone behind the kit, on bass, on second guitar, who has passion, who will throw it. Like, I don't care about your technical proficiency. I can teach you the songs, but you have to have heart. And because of that, I'm like, okay, well, I want my drummer to be Dane from Michigan. I've known him for years. We gigged together back in the day. He's an inspiration to me. He's killing it. He's out with the fucking Verve pipe right now. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is like? I'm like, come play heavy music with me. And on bass, I'm gonna have my brother. We have built-in trust and chemistry and everything already. So I wanted to bypass all the shit of like building trust in a band. And I'm like, I need to go with guys who I know, like the back of my hand. And so at this point, really, I just need a second guitar player, which I'm working on. It's close. So after the record drops, my whole thing, I'm spending all of my time learning how to scream these songs and play them on guitar, because it's fucking hard. It is hard. It's a lot. Because they deserve it, and I deserve to be able to do it because I want to so fucking bad. Yeah, and I think about it all the time. So I do think it is coming. I hope. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, man, you're dead on. I mean, they're live songs, and people need to lose their shit to them.
Recommendation: Fly Out Pipe Bomb, fly out Chapel Fire. You guys do like 4 songs each, and you just play each other's songs.
So that has been suggested.
Okay.
Because I know Mitch from Pipe Bomb, he plays bass and Plead the Widow's Cause, so that's bass covered. Ryan obviously is way better at guitar than I am, so he's got guitar covered. And then we just need to fill in drums.
Just rotate.
Crazy. That would be crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be an easy tour. You get 3 bands,
3 people,
3 dudes.
Exactly.
Yeah, great.
You guys all just again play like 4 songs. Like there you go. You got like 40 minutes of it covered, and then have a couple local openers. We could be home and in bed by 9 o'clock, man. Like that is like the ultimate old dude tour. Like, come on, Vinny. I met you. I know your age.
All right.
You don't want to be out past 10.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
We'll see, man. So just keep a good thought for me, and I think it's gonna happen. I just got to get my act together, man. Playing some of these songs and screaming those parts is hard. A lot. So
it seems like it. So
okay,
cool. We got through like my big question. Something that came up that you mentioned earlier. You're the son of a pastor.
Yeah.
Are you still religious?
Not at all. Not at
okay.
All. Not even.
What was it like? What was it like though, growing up with that? And like, we came through like the Christ core stuff, all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
did you have that sort of phase?
Oh yeah, I love like Under Oath and stuff like that. Aaron Gillespie, if you listen to my drumming, I've stolen so much of his shit. So much. Love that dude. Huge inspiration. But that was just because the music ruled. Like, I love me some Under Oath. I never really. Dad was very, very chill for a pastor. He let us live our lives. Like, I got to, go and be an idiot teenager and live and not be, sheltered or anything. And he was there for me when I fucked up. He was a great dad in that way growing up. He was, you hear pastors' kids, it's either they're very sheltered or they're like wild. I think I lean wild, but it wasn't like anything crazy. But yeah, he definitely monitored a little bit of what I listened to, but it wasn't too bad.
You didn't ever have to I grew up super religious and everything like that. Okay. And my mom would not let me listen to things. So I'm sitting there being like, but Mom, they're talking about Jesus. Like, it's so much better than the stuff I could be listening to on the radio. And so
they're screaming. I was like, okay.
But they're screaming.
Well, anyways, here's
fighting the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely, I remember I specifically remember sitting with him in our living room, and I was playing, it's the last song on Lost in the Sound of Separation. Too bright to see, too loud to hear, too bright to see, or something. Anyway, It's this beautiful song with this massive ending, and Spencer just comes in screaming. And I'm like, you don't think this is sick? Like, you are getting goosebumps? And he's just like, asinine. Absolutely asinine. I'm like, whatever. Okay. Or I remember we were watching Kimmel or one of the late nights, and Finch was on, and they were playing What It Is to Burn?
Yeah.
And dude, when he let that out, my dad was just like, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick. He was not having it. Not having it. It's like, all right, man. Agree to disagree.
No, that's awesome. So when did you move down to Indianapolis?
Oh man, let's see. I moved here in 2015 or 16. This is in the booze era, so it's a little cloudy, but I think I've been here for like 8 years. That seems right. 7, 8 years.
Okay.
I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
How's the scene down there?
It's fucking sick. It's awesome. There are so many good bands that it's like absurd. And for the first time in my life, I'm like actively seeking out going to like shows. Even as like an older dude, I'm like, these bands are so good. I would be stupid if I did not go to these shows. And I don't know if it's because I'm playing in like an alt rock Midwest emo project that I just am exposed to a different side, but like I don't remember bands being this good
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago when we were playing like metal shows. Because my brother and I, we were in a post metal instrumental band. So it was only the two of us. So I was on drums, he was on guitar, did a lot of looping. He built his guitar so the top 2 strings ran through a different pickup and went to a bass rig. And so
Oh,
we
sick.
kind of, yeah, oh yeah, so sick. And then he like doubled the bottom 3 strings to be like chorus. He's a savant. But yeah, we were just this big sounding, like think ISIS, Russian Circles, Pelican, shit like that. So we were just always playing metal shows, and they were fine. There were a couple good bands, whatever, but no one who was like blowing my mind. And these fucking kids out here today are blowing my mind. There are so many good bands. It just seems insane. And we have killer venues here. This spot called Healer. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a DIY art space. We have the Hoosier Dome, the Hi-Fi, the Vogue, the Old National. Like, it's great. Super happy here with what we've got.
Yeah. No, what you were saying, it seems like especially COVID turned everything on its heads. Like bands are coming out today, their first demos, their first 3 songs are polished.
Yeah.
It's so much better than everything we grew up with, like initially coming out. Like one of the bands out of Indianapolis, we actually just went over to Flyover Fest, and there's a band called What Counts, playing that old throwback style 80s hardcore, think like New York hardcore sound kind of thing. They were way sick, way dope. It sounds like there's a little bit of like a crossover. Like you got people in Indianapolis, and then Springfield, Illinois is like 3 hours between you two. And it seems like a lot of the bands are like playing both locations quite a bit. So it was way sick. But dude, there's just so much good coming out.
So, it's great. It's like overwhelming almost. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, there's plenty of people crushing it. Like, what am I even adding to this? But I'm gonna, whether they like it or not, I'm gonna keep adding to it.
Trevor made me think of a question though, because he was talking. I mean, a lot of these kids, like, yeah, their demos are sound way better than the demos we had growing up.
Yeah,
and a lot of that obviously goes into like maybe like easier access to recording and
it's more
accessible and stuff.
No question. Yeah,
you record your own music, right? Like, do you do that just there? Do you go to a studio?
Yep, I do everything right here.
Your house. Do you feel like doing like the one-man band thing and like recording your own stuff, is it hard to balance like overproduction of stuff? Because my biggest gripe with like a lot of modern metalcore and deathcore is it just feels like super overproduced, and like I miss the rawness of metalcore, and I feel like you do a good job of balancing like polished production. It sounds good, but it doesn't sound like, oh, I'm never going to be able to play these live because I can't backtrack enough. You know what I mean?
Right. No, 100%. So a couple different things. I'm going to take 2 questions out of that. So being the one-man band thing, it gets tough. I don't have other people's ears to be like, I'll be doing a mix and I'm like, I can't tell if this is sick, if I'm ruining it, if I've gone too far. I do like the freedom to make all the creative choices, but then again, it's nice to be able to lean on somebody else. But at the end of the day, I think I love being able to have full control over it. As far as like overproducing it, I detest. I think I can even say strongly enough, I hate the super produced modern metalcore. It's soulless to me. Yeah. And there are bands just crushing it, and I'm stoked for them. I'm stoked for what they're doing for heavy music, but I just don't like the way it sounds. And so I have tried to like make, like, I love the Bleds first record, like Past the Flask. That record to me is like the perfect sort of representation of like, it's raw but still sounds really fucking good. Or like old Number 12 Looks Like You, I listen to a lot, and it sounds like shit, but I like it. So I do try to Like I'm guilty of like mixing my guitars way too fucking loud. I just like loud guitars and just gritty vocals, and I'm trying not to overproduce. I don't even know if I'm capable of overproducing. I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but you know, I want it to be listenable, but I don't want it to be like, you know, I put in some elements that would have to go through a backing track technically. Like there's tons of tambourine, there's some like organ tucked in there, but at the end of the day, I could get away with taking, you know, my 5150 and a drum kit and showing up somewhere, and you really wouldn't feel like you were missing something from the sound.
And that's what we want to hear. We want to hear someone who can get up there and just play the riffs, right?
Yeah.
Because like, listen, the tambourine, the organ, that stuff adds when you're listening to the album, when you're listening to it and stuff like that. But if you can't get up there and play the riff, like that's the killer. You know what I mean?
What are we doing here? Yeah, and I think especially my shit, like the riff is the centerpiece.
Yeah.
And that was something I was kind of scared of when I got all the like a collection of songs together, and all the riffs kind of came from just shit that I threw together for just to put on TikTok. And I'm like, okay, well, now I have all these songs that people seem to be really fucking with the riff without any vocals on it. Now I got to go figure out how to like complement the riff with vocals. And I think I did a pretty good job, but I get scared that people are going to be like, oh, that riff was so sick, and now you're doing that over it. Oh, man, like, can you just shut the fuck up?
Nah, man.
Send them to us, dude. Like, we got it. Send them to us. We'll take care of it. It's not, dude. Like, and that's why I asked, because, you know, me and Trevor, again, not musical. We have this stupid podcast, talk a lot of shit on stuff. You know, it's just, we like the rawness and the realness. And like you said, music to have a soul. That's what all this music is about. Right. And I don't feel like that about your stuff at all. And that's why I asked you, because it's got to be in the back of your mind, right? Because, you know, you talk about putting stuff on TikTok. You're going to hear the TikTok metalcore bands, right? And there's probably a part of you that's like, man, should I be doing that?
Yeah.
And our answer is no, please don't. We like what you're doing, you know?
I mean, I don't have any interest in it. I mean, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's good.
There's a time and a place for it. Like if, you know, I'm in a party and, you know, someone wants to throw like Spirit Box on or something, like, cool. Hell yeah. We get to listen to heavy guitars and hang out. Cool. Whatever. Like and a killer live show. Like, production like that in a live show, all right, this is like, that's pretty sick. But at home, it just falls flat for me. I don't know. Not to pick on Spirit Box, they're obviously fucking killing it right now, but it's just the first thing that came to me.
You also can't compare Spirit Box to, let's say, I Wrestled the Bear Once, right?
Right, yeah.
Like you go old school I Wrestled the Bear Once, that Spirit Box essentially came from, right? Not even comparable. And like you were saying, like the soullessness of like current like metalcore and stuff like that, like there's a lot of these bands on, we always talk crap on Octane, but on Octane that we loved their first couple of albums, and their last stuff, it's just it's unlistenable. Like I can't sit down and listen to it.
Yeah, I go back and forth. Like I get it. Like Architects, for example, who didn't fucking love Hollow Crown, right? And like Holy Hell and all, and those records are unbelievable. And now they're Octane Core, but they're fucking they're getting old and they're making fucking bank. It's like, I get it. You know, if I was in a band, would I do the same thing? Maybe. I don't fucking know. The truth is like, I don't know. Let them do their thing. They can crush that space, and I can crush my little ETID core space, you know, for 100 people. And I'm fine with that.
Right. All right, man. Let's jump into the albums.
Hell yeah.
Listen, I did go back. I did listen to the first album. None of this was supposed to happen. You got to talk to me about it, because listen, man, it's not bad. It's metalcore. And like Bloodbath is a sick song. It's heavy. It's aggressive, like all that stuff. You mentioned Misery Signals. Sure. I totally gather that influence and stuff like that. So like, as you're sitting down and starting all of this, like, just talk to me, what, number one, where you started, and now why we're here.
Holy shit. How long is this podcast? No, I knew I wanted to make a record with none of this was supposed to happen. I had like maybe 12 songs. What did I whittle it down to? I think 9, 8.
7.
I can't remember what's 7. Fuck. All right. And the recording itself is killer. My brother did it. The guitars sound great. You can like feel the air moving off the amps. He nailed the bass tone. I love the bass on that. It really came down to the vocal performance that I don't love, which is fine because that was really me for the first time exploring my voice in that way, like ever. And so I had no idea what I was doing. And so I talk shit about that record, but man, for like the first time doing something like that.
No, it's good, man. Like,
yeah.
listen, I'm not here to talk crap on it. Like, I listened to it and I was like, oh, easily you could have stuck in this path and you probably could have written more albums like this.
Yeah.
And you probably could have leaned a little bit into the more like Misery Signal-esque stuff and had a little bit of incorporation to it. It's good. It's really good.
I mean, I think there's some killer riffs on there, like Bloodbath, and The Slaughter. Like, I love The Slaughter. It needs to be rewritten. It's a little too long. The bridge gets a little weird. But man, everything up into that first like big chorus, love that song. And I just think it's a good stepping stone. I had to make something. I had to put something out, and I learned so much doing that record. Like, I couldn't have gotten to Cirque if I never put out that record, because I learned so much about my voice. I learned so much about like just all the processes for me of writing lyrics, the recording, just everything. So that record is a learning process in audio form, essentially.
Okay. Right.
It sounds great. It sounds great.
Yeah.
It's and like we listen to a lot of hardcore that has like just the worst vocals, right? You're nowhere near that, dude. Like, yeah, it's good.
Thank
so
you.
don't you? You're giving yourself. I think you're giving yourself a little too hard of a time on it. It's good.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
The next thing that comes out though is you jump over to Best Noodles in Town.
Yeah.
So that's like, holy cow, man! Like, you're kind of exploring all aspects of yourself here. So like, how do you go from metalcore that you're putting out to Best Noodles in Town? Is the first song called Host?
Yes. So, oh man. Okay. So for being like a guy who makes metal, I really don't listen to that much metal. Okay. Obviously, huge bands for me, like I said, E-Tid, Comeback Kid, The Bled, Misery Signals, like huge formative bands for me. But on the day-to-day, like, I'm listening to The Story so far, 4 Years Strong, Copeland. Copeland might be my favorite band of all time. And that's like the lightest shit. And so one night, a couple of years ago, I had no intention of joining a band. None. I didn't really want to play drums in a band again. I didn't have the desire. I liked what I was doing with, writing silly little songs on guitar and screaming. But my wife's an RN and she went to bed super early because she works like 13-hour shifts. And I was like, I need a laugh. I'm going to go on Craigslist and just see who's pumping out music. Right. And so I pull up this SoundCloud and the ad was written, super well. Like, if you like these bands, and of course they're all bands that I love, and they're like, we're looking for a drummer, and it was written in a way where I thought these guys were like a little bit younger than me. So I pull up the SoundCloud and I'm listening. I'm like, this is unreal for a local band. I think the 2 songs Trevor had up were At Least and No Words. And I remember hearing No Words and I was like, this is unreal for just some dude in his bedroom in Indy. And so I just sent an email straight up saying like, hey, this fucks. Like, straight up. I don't want anything. This is great. Good for you. By the way, if you haven't found a drummer, which I'm sure you have because this rules, I play or used to play, but I'm like definitely in the elder emo category for sure. And he hit me back, and I think I was over to his place like 3 days later. I learned a couple tunes, we jammed them out, and fuck, the rest is history, man. And it's me, Trevor, and Travis, and I mean, I couldn't ask for two better dudes to write music with. And we all come from heavy backgrounds. So we're playing like these clean, twinkly guitars, but I'm still screaming, right? And here and there. And just we do like some breakdowns, but with like no distortion.
Yeah.
Or like you can tell, if with that in mind, like if you think these three dudes came from like heavy backgrounds, it definitely comes through, especially on the last EP.
Yeah.
Your Fiction might be one of the coolest songs of like this genre that I've heard in a long time.
Hell
like
yeah.
seriously, it rocks, dude. Like it rocks.
Hell
hard.
yeah.
So
Dude, it's so funny. Like when we made a video for that one in Travis's living room, and I don't think any of us really expected that one to pop. It was my like least favorite that we did of those four. I thought it was like an outlier. I thought people would think it's like too long or boring. I don't know what I thought, but I clearly don't know anything because people fuck with it. So
what was your favorite of the four?
Oh man, it's kind of a tie between the other three. Like I love playing Mushroom Tea live. Love it. Okay. That one always lands. And I love Anchor because I get to scream. And Reverie, I really thought Reverie was going to be the one to pop. There's a cool back and forth between Trevor and I. It's got this really big bridge. And I just think it's the perfect song. But
okay,
I don't know shit.
I'm glad you said that. Because Reverie it's top notch, man.
Man,
Reverie
I love
is
that
incredible.
Song. Hell yeah.
So good. So, you know, it's funny because we do listen to a lot of heavy music. We've over the last 2 years, at least I'll speak for myself, I've dove more into like more traditional hardcore stuff, like getting back to kind of the more we talk about the overproduction, pull it out. Just give me something easy, clean guitars, nothing like no filler. Don't give me filler. Just give me something in your face and just stuff like that. Yeah. But then we come across bands like Best Noodles in Town. There was another band we talked about called like In Angles, where it's playing like kind of a similar,
more mathcore, more mathy, progressive-y type stuff
with some of that like pop punk aspects, pop punk flares and stuff like that. Like when you were saying, you know, 4 Year Strong and all that kind of stuff, like that's right up our wheelhouse. Like we love all that kind of stuff. So like it is fun to talk to you where you are in this band and then such a stark difference.
Yeah.
But literally putting the music out at the same time. Like I love that about like what I call it our genre, our scene can do, right?
Yeah.
Like how many times are you getting a country artist other than Post Malone doing something other than country? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
It doesn't happen.
And I think like I need it. I play drums and guitar like very differently. I do not like to play like funeral language songs on drums. I have no interest. It's not fun for me. It's not how I want to play drums. Yeah. And so with Best Noodles, it's simpler, I'm just more in the pocket more. I'm doing vocals while playing, so I kind of have to take it easy. I don't really love doing a ton of double kick, and so I use it here and there with that, but I'm not a metal drummer. I was, but not really, not anymore. So I like to just hold it down and just hit the drums really fucking hard. Easy beats, but hit the drums really fucking hard. So yeah, I need a band like that to sort of suit my style of playing or what it is now.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right, back to funeral language.
Okay.
I'm going to combine it. Cirque and the new album coming out January 20th, right?
Yep.
Thank You for the Dead Body. Fantastic name, by the way.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
Thank you.
Both of these, so Off Script and Inhumane, you come out of the gate so insanely ferocious on both of these albums. I love it. Like to tiptoe into something like this should never be done.
You can't.
Like you nailed it with these two albums in setting the tone and just blowing like this is what I'm going to do and you're going to like it kind of thing. So like Was that intentional, or like,
It was.
why are you just going so hard on the opening songs?
You have to, because you fucking
Yeah.
have to. I listen. I am way too ADHD for an intro, for an outro. I got to get to the point. And I remember sitting here when I wrote off script that wait, I wrote that with the first song off the Big Dirty kind of in mind, where he screams, "We tried for confession booths."
Oh yeah,
Diddly
yeah, yeah.
down, gang, wave diddly down, gang. And I wanted that. I wanted to immediately punch someone right in the teeth. So that's how that one came to be. Inhumane. I just wanted to start screaming from like immediately. And my brother and I, we used to kind of just improv, just going, just beating the shit out of my cymbals. And he's like punching his guitar, just single notes. And I'm like, there's so much energy and just like, dun, 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 dun. And coming out of that and just a fucking halftime washy ride, like there is nothing better. Like it's just big, it's pissed. I'm screaming my fucking head off. Yeah, man, you got to. Records like this, like you've got to come out swinging. There's no other choice. Listen, look, I'm getting all fucked up, dude. Okay, this is how hyped. This is how hyped you should be talking about your music. And if you're not, stop.
No, 100%. No, I really do. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It is awesome. And another thing that you did here is there's no filler. There's no breaks in it.
Yeah.
And like, listen, when you're, how many albums does Every Time I Die have? Like 9 albums deep or something like that.
Yeah.
At some point, like you can't go 9 albums of pure chaos, right?
Yeah, right.
But for an EP and how many songs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8.
6, 7, 8. 8 songs on the next one. Dude, blow our minds, man. Like just keep it going. Keep it going. So it's incredible. Give us a couple high points off of the new album, because I've listened to it. The only criticism I'm gonna throw at you is you sent us the whole album without the actual like songs broken out. So like I'm listening to it, I'm like, wait, have I listened to 3 songs or have I listened to 4 songs? Like, if I listened to A Rope 2 Ways or Dead Meat, like that's why
he's doing a new thing where it's just one song for 20 minutes.
22-minute banger, yeah. It's like when Meshuggah put out I. You just gotta sit there and take it. It's one piece of music. Oh man. Highlights. Holy shit. There's a lot, man. I'm super proud of this record, and I'm really proud of the features. So there's the obvious feature with the Chapel Fire on the last track, Rain Check. And I just love working with him. We have become such good friends. Like, because like when I started like posting regularly and he blew all the way the fuck up, you know, everyone was in my comment section and his like saying, you know, collab, do something. It was just, I just felt like I saw the Chapel Fire a million times, like in, I think it was March. And so I hit him up and we did a cover of Ebola-rama, which was fun. And then we just started like talking every day and just became really, really close. I consider him one of my dearest friends now. And so he had me on his last EP. I wrote this part where I knew I just wanted drums wailing and vocals. I was like, how sick would it be to do like a back and forth? And so I sent him like a voice memo of what I was thinking. And he's like, okay, let's do it right now. I was like, oh shit, I need lyrics. And so I was like, okay, let me figure out something real quick. So the lyrics that are there are just sort of the first things I came up with. I didn't have the rest of the song written, no lyrics or anything. Whoa, but he was ready to go. And I was like, okay, here's kind of the idea. And then he sent back his track. I was like, all right, that's the fucking part now. Which I think the whole song together, I think it works very, very well. I think writing around it turned out great, which is like another fear of mine, that people get used to these parts, the Rain Check part and the breakdown in Bailey Rubin, which just went fucking haywire on Instagram the other day. I'm like, okay, everyone knows this breakdown now, but will they fuck with the rest of the song? You know, I don't know. And then I hope so. I mean, I think it fucks. And then Patrick Glante from Knight Rider, and he has a solo project Lowest, and was the drummer in Ice Nine Kills. He is on the second track, Death Wish Complex, and he's the homie, man. He's been so fucking cool to me since he found me randomly from Cirque and was just like, this fucks, like, let's collab sometime. I'm like, bet. And like the second he said that, I picked up the guitar and wrote Death Wish Complex in like one fell swoop. It just like fell out of me. And it is one of my favorite songs. And his part, when he comes in to his part, I mean, it's just goosebumps every time. I love it. So those two features are like a huge highlight for me. I think they crush.
I think it's Death Wish Complex. The breakdown, the breakdown where it has just that like little chaotic part that like it's like the open note and then it's like been in it kind of thing. Like I sound like an idiot doing that, but it's freaking awesome. Like
Oh yeah.
you have some of like the gnarliest breakdowns in here that are just so heavy and so aggressive, and it's phenomenal. I do think though the rain check going back and forth, I sent that to Kyle and I was just like, it's one of my favorite things that I've heard in a long time.
Hell
Like
yeah.
the lyrics, the subject matter, like what you guys scream back and forth at each other, for that coming like top of the head, and that's just what came out. There's something so interesting about, like, we've done a lot of research on like bands, and it'll be like their second album and they're like, we had like 3 days to record this and half of it was written in the studio, and we're like, yeah, that's our favorite album. And it's because it's just like, it's just what comes out.
I was just having this conversation because the two parts that do the best on social media are the rain check part and the breakdown in Bailey Rubin. I've posted that a couple times and every time it pops off. And the breakdown in Bailey Rubin, I also just wrote. It just happened. And, you know, I think of songs like, I'm a huge Mudvayne fan. LD50 is one of the greatest records ever written. And I remember when they wrote Nothing to Gain, they wrote it in the studio with like 1 day left and they needed another song. And that song fucking rips. There is something to just, I think sometimes songs just sort of happen. And they're these like little moments of like, I don't know, man, like that. Cause my friend Bailey, she was like, you got to write a breakdown that's like, dun, dun, dun. But that was a text. That was like an Instagram comment.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, hell yeah. Love me a dun, 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 breakdown. And so I just picked up the guitar and did that, and the lyrics again. So the way I write lyrics is I'll just sit down with my mic and I'll just make mouth sounds that sort of seem like they fit. So like with Cirque, I was like sitting here I sounded like the dude from B-52s. I was like, like I do that. And so I just like wrote lyrics that sounded like words that should fit there and then just never changed them. I was like, this fucks. Like, why not? You know, I try not to overthink it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those two little spots, and they connect with people. And I think in some weird fucking way, it connects because it was just this sort of flash of, I don't know, it's not overthought, it's not overdone. They're pretty simple parts. It's just passion, I think. Honestly, I mean, they were just straight up moments of like, I'm 600 milligrams of Celsius deep and I'm gonna fucking write something wild.
No, that's awesome. So no, thoroughly, man. I'm thoroughly impressed. It's incredible. Like I said, you got to play these live. So I'm super stoked to see these in a live setting.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if I see them in a live setting, that'd be awesome. But a recorded live setting, like, I hope people are going off for it because it is so good and it's so cool. Yeah, man.
If you need someone to take pictures of it.
He's moonlighting as a photographer. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, dude, any kind of last thoughts as we kind of wrap this up, as you're kind of going into starting to promote for the new album? You got just over a month here.
Yeah, I think something I wanted to touch on that you said, just like the heaviness of it, because I think there's like a trend, right? Like who can write the heaviest breakdown? And to me, I think we're like getting away from the point. It's like
Mhm.
sonically, you can write like I hear some like disgusting tones on TikTok, like dudes that are just like objectively, this is heavy as fuck. But I think like there's still got to be that like to me like the rawness, and like I purposefully did not like edit my guitars to the grid. Like the breakdowns, the chugs are not aligned. And I did that on purpose because I think there's something to the like realness adding
Mhm.
to the breakdowns. Like in Death Wish Complex, it's the down 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 dang 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 dang. It's just like dirty and like it's like bendy and like and again they're not aligned, like, and I just did it like, you know, like to me I think that comes across as super heavy, and I'm just going fucking just screaming my goddamn head off over these like kind of just like dirty, you know, half-timey parts, man. And I think they're heavy as fuck. So I'm glad that connected because I
Mhm.
think it's heavy. But like a lot of people would hear that and be like, you're in drop fucking C sharp. Like that's not, you gotta go way more down, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
Nah,
it's
no.
man.
this is actually super funny because like I mean we've chatted online and stuff, but we've never actually talked before. But you've literally said like word for word stuff that we've said on this podcast multiple
Oh,
times.
that's
We
hilarious.
used to we used to have like a running joke of like bands being like what did we used to say, Trevor? That like they're heavy
Heavy
without being
without being
heavy,
heavy.
right? Because
I, I mean,
being heavy
kinda,
is more
yeah.
than just the sound, right? Like it's the emotion, it's the anger in it,
Yeah.
like you go back to listen to like or see some of the like most violent concerts, and it's like a traditional hardcore band from the 90s, and you listen to it and you're like, this is like the cheesiest music ever, but
Right.
people are hitting each other with garbage cans and stuff, you know, like that's heavy, you know, that's
Yes.
anger. And you know, Trevor's right. Like the stuff you're putting out, like, sure, man, like it's maybe not tuned the lowest, but like you feel it, you know, you feel the anger and the aggression and the passion. And that's what like sets me off.
Hell yeah.
That's why we want to see it. We want to, you know, we want to hit people with garbage cans listening to you.
That's
So,
my
you
fucking
know,
goal, man. That's my goal.
Yeah. So one last question, and then I'll say you off. And this is just kind of for anyone who's made it to the end here. Is there like a sleeper chaotic album out there that like people probably don't have on their radar, but they should be listening to?
Yes. Okay. So, and I just discovered it a couple months ago. So, Billy Reimer used to drum in the Dillinger Escape Plan. He
Okay.
has a whole ass fucking band I never heard about called Thought Crimes. So
Yeah.
the album Altered Path. This was news to me, and
so
oh,
good.
I binged the fuck out of it. Their vocalist is incredible. His drumming, and he does the guitar in there too. So I'm like, this dude. I listened to that, and then I went and wrote that fucking Billy Reimer part in Rain Check. Like that was super inspired
Sick.
by Thought Crimes specifically. So I don't know how I missed that band being a band, but if there's anybody else that missed it like me, go listen to Thought Crimes. It fucks. Like there's no two
Sick.
ways around it.
It
Very,
was a
very,
good
very
album.
good record.
Yeah.
Yes. I think they're in the
Awesome.
studio. I could be wrong, but I think they're making some new shit right now. So I'm stoked.
I mean, we have so much stuff to keep track of. I have no idea, but that would be awesome.
Right. Yes. Billy, if you
So
see this,
dope.
call me.
There you go. There you go. Well, currently out now, we have Cirque coming out on January 20th. We have Thank You for the Dead Body. Again, Funeral Language. This is the solo project. Best Noodles in Town is the other project. Fantastic stuff. Like, seriously,
Oh
man,
yeah.
thank you so much for jumping on with us.
Thank you.
You're always welcome back.
Yeah.
You let us know
I
when you
will be
want to jump
back.
back on, and
Hell yeah.
You
we'll
know
have you
what?
back.
I feel real good when Trevor's the minority with hair on the podcast. So, you know,
It
I
looks good though,
appreciate it.
dude. Rock it as long as you can. You got that
Oh,
nice
man.
flop. Yeah.
It's a little floppy right now,
His
so
days are limited. I know it.
dope.
Hell yeah.
Well, Vinny, hey, thank you so much. We won't take up any more of your time, but yeah, check it out. Go check out Funeral Language and Best Noodles in Town. So,
Yeah. Appreciate you, fellas.
Cool. Thanks, man.
See ya.
peace.